poppin' everybody, Celebi4. Hope you guys been doing good. I've got a TCG match for you guys here using the Venusaur Celebi GX tag team Pokemon. Big ass name. Tired of saying it all the time. Okay, you guys know the deck by now. We're combining the Shiny Legends Venusaur, the sort of original one from the Sun and Moon era. There's only been one. And then we have the tag team Venusaur GX here. Make a good combination. Has big energy costs on its attacks, but with Venusaur we can use all of its attacks for just 2 energy. Really good. Can do 150, can use the big GX attack and heal. Really good stuff. So that's the premise of the deck. Venusaur of course is the star, but we have a bunch of other Pokemon in here. And let's see, my opponent mulligan, so that's good. I'll get a free card. And he's playing Lost March. Okay, interesting. So normally a deck like this, if I can just get a good setup going early, by the time my opponent can have enough Pokemon in the Lost Zone to get really big one-hit knockouts on my GX Pokemon and Venusaur even, I should win. But the question is, are we going to see that fast setup? It doesn't always happen, even with the Pokemon I have here. So we opened up with Furamasa pretty good, and I've got Jirachi, meaning that I can start using Stutter Wish from turn 1. However, I don't have, it'd be good if I had like a Bulbasaur down, a way to search that Pokemon at the very least, and a few other good stuff. We don't even have an energy, so, you know, it's not everything's perfect. And my opponent has a really explosive turn. Managed to get all 3 Hoppips, turn 1, all 4 Hoppips actually. I mean, it would have been good if you had 3, but he actually got all 4. Used 2 Trumpics so far with that Pokemon's ability. I don't remember what the fuck it is, but, you know, put him himself in the Lost Zone. So already 2 of those are in the Lost Zone. All of the Hoppips are down. He used the Great Lily, drawing a bunch of cards, 7 or 8 cards actually. So he has a perfect setup, playing first as well. So it's not going to be an easy matchup here. My opponent had the nuts, had the balls. So we're going to have to do some similar things if we want to catch up. So I can only get a Cynthia from Stutter Wish, not really reliable, I'd say. So I guess we're going to do that. Attach the choice band on Furamasa. The choice bands are useless in a matchup like this. My opponent doesn't use any big GX Pokemon. So I just slap it on there so that we don't draw them again. And go with the Cynthia. So we do see the Bulbasaur and a Netball, so that's good. And I think I'm going to get another Bulbasaur for backup, in case my opponent wants to target that down. That would suck. We have a Venusaur in hand too, so that's good. So if Jirachi survives, and we could get lucky and see a Candy with Stutter Wish, that would be good. But I have a feeling he's not going to make it, or it's not going to make it, Jirachi. You know, my opponent is definitely going to evolve into Jumpluff this turn. Or, yeah, Jumpluff. Skip Plume first and then Jumpluff. And place down the fucking damn Marshadow. And I fucking hate this Pokemon so much. I debated a lot whether to say that it deserves to be banned, but after some experience I had with Expanded, and just in general, I really think it's a fucked up Pokemon that needs to go. It's just too much. It's fucking annoying, man. I mean, he didn't get the effect off turn 1, which I'm always happy about. But even in this situation, as you guys can see there, I had a decent little hand, and he just gave me just an Onyx and Grass energies here. So that's not cool. Oh well, that's just bad luck, you could say. But the times that Marshadow is at its worst is when they use it turn 1, and you basically start with 5 cards as opposed to 8. That's really fucked up. So, okay. And my opponent straight up knocks out the Jirachi. I guess it was something that was going to happen. He got the Jumpluff out. Nothing really I can do about it. I'm thinking of a Greek word here, but I can't say it in English. Oh well. So we're going to play down the Onyx there just cause, I guess. In case he wants to do some shit with my hand again, I don't draw the dude. And attach a Grass Energy on Venusaur here. And we've got no choice. I have to pass the turn and not do anything still. Well, let's actually promote Onyx, let him be the decoy. I can use Venusaur later, but Onyx probably won't be good in this matchup. And my damn opponent, damn it, he had the perfect setup, fucked up my hand with Marshadow too, and we're struggling to get out our Venusaur. The damage is gonna start piling up on Venusaur with the shrine there. I gotta get rid of it. So the Blender, Lost Blender, more Pokemon in the Lost Zone, and my opponent does a lot of damage. So promoting for Amasa, let's see what I draw here. And Lily, okay, so that's pretty interesting. So normally I don't want to attach more than 2 Grandest Energies on Venusaur because once we get the Shining Legends Venusaur out, then that's all you really need. But if I don't see him, then we need the third one because we gotta start attacking. So I attach that energy and go with the Lily. This way we draw some extra cards. That's why I didn't want to risk it. And lo and behold, we don't manage to get the Venusaur out. I didn't see the candy. So it's a good thing that I did that. Just decided not to risk it and attach the third energy on Venusaur. I guess we could make use of him if he survives, if I just retreat him out of the way and then bring out Shaymin. Anyway, so gonna heal the damage with my Life Forest. Hopefully that stadium stays here for a while. And go with Poland Hazard. It at least knocks out a small Pokemon like Jumpluff. And I'm gonna start putting some pressure here and force him to bring out something out. He didn't manage to evolve the other Hoppips there, so maybe that's a good thing. Hopefully he struggles a bit, because we need a little bit of time to get ourselves together here. I still need a candy. I still don't have a supporter in hand. We've got a few energies, but we need more than that. And Flora Path into the Sky. He did get the Skin Plume out. So Jumpluff comes out. He has a lot of Pokemon in the Lost Zone, man. Things are going to start getting dangerous here. Goes with the Lily. Gonna draw 3 cards. And what else are you gonna do here? Pokemon Communication. Man, this is a card this deck really appreciates from Team Up. This was a card we had, of course, many times before. Since the base set days, actually, it had a different name. It was called Pokemon Breeder or Pokemon Trader, I believe. Yeah, but now it's back. Since it got reprinted in Team Up, people can use it. And it works out nicely in this Jumpluff deck. They can just put back the Jumpluffs and then use Skiplume's effect if they draw it. So 220 damage, fuck me, that's a lot. I mean, we survived, so that's impressive, but I'm gonna be forced to use the GX attack here. Damn it. So, what are we gonna do here? What should I do? Let's attach, gonna use the stretcher. That was probably a dig move. I should have just attached the grass energy on Pheromosa first. Instead, we're gonna search the Jirachi, play that down, basically to make my Eric alive here that we drew. I'm gonna draw the max value here, 6 cards, 6 straight cards. And I see a few things. We finally can get out our Venusaur, so that's good. And I still haven't attached the grass energy, so let's put that on Pheromosa. There's nothing better to put it on. Man, what I should have done is just attach the grass energy, then use Erica, and then I was gonna have a spot for Shaymin too, as opposed to Jirachi. Oh well, we might use it later, who knows. So now I've got my Venusaur out, and even though we have him out, he's kind of late to the party here. I wish I had a bigger prize lead than this. And we're getting back in the game in a way. I use my GX stack here. And since I have like 6 Energy-Ons, technically, thanks to Venusaur, I shuffle the cards back in the deck. You're actually forced to do that. You don't have the option. For this case, for example, I didn't want to put those cards back in because it was cards that I don't really need. So we kind of bulk our deck up so that I don't see shit like Guzma. And that's not good. I really didn't want a lot of the cards to go back in. Didn't want any of the cards actually. So we don't need, Onyx. We don't need like any more grass energies, I guess. So yeah, so 220 damage again with the Natu there. And what am I gonna do here? I guess I can retreat and start sort of healing in the back with the Life Forest. Put Venusaur on the bench and start healing him up, hiding behind the active Pokemon. But yeah, like I've said, I didn't want to shuffle all the cards back in because, it would be really good if we saw like a Max Potion or Guzma's, seeing these cards that I need right now to make the optimal plays that I want. I'm perfectly fine spending the energies on Venusaur to retreat and then using a Max Potion because, giving 3 prizes is really a big advantage here. What can we do? What can we do? And no choice for that matter. I gotta retreat, and we'll lose the energies, but it is what it is. It's a risk I'm gonna have to take here, and I'm gonna use Faramasa, White Ray, get me another prize. So I kind of have the lead here, but you gotta keep in mind that my opponent, all of his Pokemon give 1 prize, and I've got a Pokemon that gives 3 prizes that's very injured on the bench here. So if we get a little bit of time and heal him up, that would be good, but I don't think my opponent is gonna leave that guy there for 3 turns. I would need like 3 turns to get all of the damage healed. And as the game progresses, my opponent is putting more Pokemon in the Lost Zone. He still hasn't evolved into the other Jumpluff. He still has a Hop up there, so you can do the Skiploom combo again. And he plays down the fucking Marshadow again, minimizing my hand here. Ah, shit, man, shit. It's a much more of a bitch-ass card than N, for sure. It's really is annoying as fuck. It's so unfair. Oh well, and my opponent uses Trumpik again, uses another Lily, so his deck is pretty thinned out, and things are pretty dangerous here. So gets a KO on Faramasa, 240 damage. And I've got no choice but to promote Jirachi here. We can't use Venusaur. He's dead if I use him. So heal 60 more damage. And what are we going to do here? Attach the barb, I guess, on him. Just cuz. And use Stellar Wish. Let's see what I get here. And we can use Erika again, I guess. That's one thing I can do. One good card, I guess, that got recycled back in. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really just I want to stall right now for a bit. Get a few Pokemon, regular Pokemon with energies on them that give 1 prize. And I really don't have any choice. We're going to go ahead and use Erika here, and hopefully I see some good stuff. I mean, at this point, the writing is on the wall. It's my opponent's game. It's just... It's almost gonna be, I almost need like a miracle here to win for him not to see like any Guzmas. He hasn't really played any throughout the whole game. His deck is pretty thinned out, so I would say it's only a matter of time. But we're gonna still try. I mean, I'm gonna use the nest ball, grab the shaymin there. We're gonna start putting some energies on it. I mean, if I can use it, then I can do some stuff. Like if we had a way to switch here, I could have actually knocked out this Natu. But we don't. We can't switch just yet. I gotta wait for next turn. Use the Volkner or something. And past the turn, can't really do much. Hopefully my opponent, I would hope my opponent would take a knockout on the Jirachi and just do that. But of course the Guzma is coming. With such a big hand and a thinned out deck, of course he's gonna have at least 1. So naturally, he brings out Venusaur, and it's GG. Oh well, we tried. A good little matchup with Venusaur here. Like I've said, it's not easy. You gotta capitalize on these, take advantage of these Tag Team GX Pokemon to the fullest. Otherwise, the 3 prizes, it's a big cost. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you on the next match. Celebi and Venusaur, what's up?